Hari Om, Namaste, and good afternoon from India to everyone. Very warm welcome in this session of Body, Mind, Intellect. We are in the month of March and we are discussing the very most important topic here about the self, which we started last month, and we will continue the exploration today also into that. So let us start with the prayer. सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Last week we discussed more about the organization. In fact, last month we discussed about the organization of how the scriptures have been organized, and we discussed more about the Vedanta Darshan, how Vedanta Darshan is considered as the very highest seat in the array of philosophies which are there, and how well respected and how well acknowledged this whole darshan is. And we are seeing this entire subject of the self, trying to understand from the lens of the Vedanta. And as I said, this self is something which is beyond the apprehension of us in the common realm we live. It's beyond that. It is indescribable thing, right? It is. So, as an individual, I I do not have the capability to discuss about it. So I surrender my instruments, my body, mind, and intellect in the lotus feet of Guru to guide me into this journey and guide all of us. So let us just soak ourselves in this river, revel in this light of knowledge with the Guru, in the devotion of Guru through this song, and then we can start with this song, paying our tributes to the Guru. So I'm just going to play for 4 or 5 minutes. Let's do the satsang kind of thing, the bhajan kind of thing, and which will prepare our mind to understand more deeply this topic. Okay, so.
Om Mangalam, Omkar Mangalam, Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Om Mangalam, Omkar Mangalam, Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. गुरुदान मंगलम गुरु चरित्र मंगलम ओम मंगलम ओंकार मंगलम गुरु मंगलम गुरुदेव मंगलम ओम मंगलम ओंकार मंगलम गुरु मंगलम गुरुदेव मंगलम Guru Shakti Mangalam, Guru Shakti Mangalam, Guru Priti Mangalam, Guru Priti Mangalam, Guru Niti Mangalam. Om Mangalam, Omkar Mangalam, Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Om Mangalam, Omkar Mangalam, Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Guru Tyaga Mangalam, Guru Tyaga Mangalam, Guru Kshetra Mangalam, Guru Kshetra Mangalam, Guru Tapa Mangalam, Guru Tapa Mangalam, Guru Mahima Mangalam. Om Mangalam, Omkar Mangalam, Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Om Mangalam, Omkar Mangalam, Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Guru Vandana Mangalam, Guru Vandana Mangalam, Guru Mandira Mangalam, Guru Mandira Mangalam, Guru Deepa Mangalam, Guru Deepa Mangalam, Guru Jyota Mangalam. Om Mangalam, Omkar Mangalam, Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Om Mangalam, Omkar Mangalam, Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Guru Guna Mangalam, Guru Guna Mangalam, Guru Chintana Mangalam, Guru Chintana Mangalam, Guru Chaitanya Mangalam, Guru Chaitanya Mangalam, Guru Jivana Mangalam. Om Mangalam, Omkar Mangalam, Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Om Mangalam, Omkar Mangalam, Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam. Guru Mangalam, Gurudeva Mangalam.
So what do we have today in the agenda? We are going to discuss about the concept of Maya, and then the concept of God. I think this is something we all, when we grow up, as we grow up, we hear about there is something called God. And what is God? Where is God? In the light of Vedanta, how the God has been described. Okay. And then we see this world also. Okay. So what is this world, what we see? Okay. So these are all very contemplating thoughts. They come in our life, like these come as a question. Sometimes we ignore them. Sometimes we try to find those answers, through our scripture studies, or we go to Guru and find those answers that way. That's how these things, happen in our life. States of consciousness, we have touched upon it previously. We will again, do a little bit more deeper dive into states of consciousness. We will try to understand what is the true nature, what is our true identity. Okay. Different philosophies are talking, giving different viewpoints. But in light of Vedanta, who am I? What is that? What is my true nature? Okay. This is the biggest quest that everyone has. Okay. Everyone tries for that. Okay. And then, of course, there are some other topics, but we hope that we today, in the time, we should be able to complete these 4 points. If not, otherwise, we will continue this journey. So Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, very, very profound and very, very popular statement it is. But in these 4 words, Brahma Satya, Brahm is Satya and Jagat is Mithya. The Adi Shankaracharya has summed up the whole quest of the life into these 4 words. But what is Brahm? What is Satya? What is Jagat? And this, what is Mithya, is something, we always get confused. There's something we have not apprehended before. Okay. There is a confusion between Brahma and Brahma that happens. That either it is being talked about that Brahma, the God which is kind of portrayed as a 4-headed person, and then Mithya also. We think that Mithya means something which is false. We say unreal, something that not exists. So different people understand Mithya in different forms. But what is Adi Shankaracharya is trying to say when this says Jagat is Mithya? And then what is this Jagat? Which world is he talking about? Okay. There is an inner world, there is an outer world. Outer world is what we see where we live on this planet. Is this the world only which is there, which has about 190 plus countries? Is that the world is he talking about? Which world is being referred to here? So it raises so many questions. We'll try to understand these to the best of our capacities. So first, let us understand Jagat, the world. What is Shankaracharya is telling? What is this Jagat is? So what he says is, whatever you see here is a kind of a projection on a plane. A canvas is there, something is being projected, and that projection is the Jagat. It's what you call as Jagat or the world. And this Jagat, what you see around, is Mithya. Mithya, what Mithya means, it is not something which is non-existing. Vedanta is not rejecting the existence of this world. There has been many debates around that, right? When you say Jagat Mithya, then I am here, I have my family here, okay, my wife, my parents, okay, I am, let's say I'm a computer engineer, or I am a dancer, or I am a musician. How this can be non-existent? It is existing. Okay, so that is not what Vedanta is telling. Vedanta is telling this is existing. All thing is Mithya doesn't mean. Mithya means it is a superimposition of it. What you are seeing, it is just an appearance of existence. It is something you are perceiving it, you are seeing it. But existence is only one underneath. And that existence is the Satya or the Sat and the Brahm. Okay. Here, Satya means S-A-T, Sat is used many times. Brahm, Sat. Sat means existence. Okay. Sat means existence, which is there. So only Brahm that exists. Nothing else exists. What you see around is the various formation of Brahm. It's the various appearances of the Brahm. This is how Brahm is appearing to you. That is what Vedanta is telling. So it is not rejecting the existence of the Brahm. It is a projection. Like you go into the cinema hall, right? there is a screen. On that screen, there is a projection is happening, and the whole world, a different world comes alive in front of you. As an audience, as a spectator of that movie, you see yourself that everything on the screen for that particular moment in those till the time you're watching the movie, that is the world where you start operating. You, if the hero is crying, you start crying with the hero. If the heroine of the movie is going through suffering, you feel that suffering upon you, get also along with that. Your emotions also flow with that movie. Okay, so you get excited, you get enthralled, you get angry. Okay, all that emotions, they are arose and you live in that world. But that's an illusory world. There's a projection which is happening. But what is existing in that cinema hall? Only a canvas, white screen which is existing. But as the light is falling on it, a world is coming alive. And that's how it is appearing. That's how the canvas starts appearing to you. The same concept is applied by Vedanta in this world. But what you are seeing, it is all like a one canvas on Brahma. On that canvas, the trees and the mountains and the rivers and the sun and the animals, your pets, flowers, plants, yourself, your husband, your wife, your children, everybody, this whole thing comes alive. And that's how your emotions get attached and your life moves along with that. This is the Jagat which is there. But this Jagat is the Mithya. Sat is the existence, is the that screen which is there, that Brahma which is there. This is the understanding of Jagat as a Mithya. What is Jagat and what is Mithya? So when we look at our true nature, when we try to understand true nature, there is consciousness. Sat, Chit. Sat is the existence, Chit is the consciousness which is there. There is this infinite consciousness. And then there is a matter which is there. Matter means electron, proton, neutron, that is there. Every formula what you see, okay, when you study physics and all, you see the formulas, it will have a constant. Energy equals to mc square, where c is the constant, speed of the light, which is constant. You need a constant to see the different things. If everything is moving, then you cannot predict what is going to happen. Okay? You need something relative to which things are happening, and then there is a constant in the between, and then becomes your measure of the action which is happening. You determine somebody is going with the speed of 100 kilometers per hour. Why? Because you are constant, you are stationary. If you are also moving with the object, then you will not get the correct interpretation of the speed the object is moving. If you are moving with the object in the same direction, the speed looks different. It will not be 100. If you are moving at a speed of 20 kilometers and the object is moving at a 100 kilometer speed, the speed will not be 100 appearing to you. It will appear different to you. It will appear to you 80 kilometers per hour. If you are moving in the opposite direction, the speed will add on. Your speed and the object speed will be added on. 120 kilometers per hour. It looks like the speed is moving. So there needs to be a constant against which this whole relative things we are seeing and we are predicting this world. Okay. So there has to be some constant, and that constant is the existence, what Vedanta is telling, and that constant is the truth. Rest everything is how it is appearing to you. Okay, it is appearing to you and it is mithya. So in the Pratha Smaran, which Adi Shankaracharya has written, in these few lines, he has made a very, very profound observations he has taken here. A lot of things he has described here, which we will touch upon when we are trying to understand the nature of the self. Okay. So in the early morning when he says, right, Pratas smarami hridi sanspurdatmatattvam, Pratar bhajami manaso vachasam gamyam, second stanza. Third stanza, Pratar namami tamasa paramarka varna, Pratah. The literal meaning is every morning. But what Shankaracharya is telling, morning is again a subjective. He's talking about every moment is a morning. Every breath is a morning. With every breath, I am worshipping, or I am constantly meditating upon this self, which is my existence. Okay, he's talking about the three states here. Okay, in the first stanza, the fourth state, eternally enlivening, and the waking, dream, and deep sleep states, the three states of consciousness, and the fourth state, which is Turyam. It is he's calling. Okay? Yat swapna jagrat sushuptim vaiti nityam. Satchit sukham paramhans gatim Turyam. Turyam yat swapna jagrat sushuptim vaiti nityam. Three states. What are these three states of consciousness? How consciousness, which is a constant, how can it have the different states? How can it change the states? Okay, that's some question comes to the mind. So, true nature of the self. What is that self? That which is beyond the comprehension of mind and the speech, by whose grace all speech is shown. Something which is the cause of everything, cause of every action. Something which is beyond the language. That is my true nature. Something which is indescribable. Okay, it cannot be described in the words. That is the true nature of yourself. He is announcing it through his experience. Last stanza, that which beholds this infinite world, which otherwise appear as delusion. See, he is coming to that world, Jagat Mithya, he is explaining here. This infinite looking world is held by your true nature, your existence, that Sat, your Brahma, which is holding this entire world. Everything, this whole Jagat, which otherwise appear as a delusion. Appearance again. He's telling it is appearing to you as a Jagat, but it is not exactly like that. It is like a robe, is an illusion of a snake in the darkness. So we'll come to this, we'll discuss more about this. This is a very common example that every Vedant scholar, in every Vedant class, this example is taken. Very profound example it is. So we will discuss a bit more about this example. So now the question comes, when non-duality, there is only one existence. Everything is just an appearance. And why this world appeared dual to me? Why there are conflicts which are there? Why there are dilemmas which are there? Why this me and mine and you and yours, we are all lost into this world. We spend entire life seeing the world, discussing everything, living our life in this sphere of me and mine, you and yours. And then the suffering bites us at everything. Why then there is a suffering? Why knowing the self is considered as a param purusharth? So vimukti, or the liberation in Vedanta, is called as a param purusharth. The effort of the highest order one can make. We all make purusharth of varying degrees in our life to achieve, to accomplish certain things in the life. But this param purusharth, what is this param purusharth? Why it is such a tough effort? When my existence is this is everything is real, then why we live in a different world then? Why we live like that? So again the questions come into the mind. Why Brahma does not appear as Brahma directly to me? Why it is appearing different to me and to you? Somebody sees a flower. To him, that flower appears as something else. To me, it is appearing as a something else. When Guru is saying something, I interpret it in a different form. It appears to me in a different form. My friend understands it in a different form. Why these things? Why this heterogeneity which is there? What is the reason of this heterogeneity in this homogeneous thing when there is only one existence? These are the questions again that come into the. So here comes the concept of Maya. It is the Maya which makes all this. It is such an incredible power, Maya, that it makes the infinite look finite to you. It makes the eternal look something which is within the bounds of cause and time to you. That is the whole power of Maya that is there. So what is this Maya? Maya is the power of the Brahm itself. Maya is the power of the Brahm itself. Like when you have sun has its own power. You cannot look to the sun for a extended period of time directly. It has such a power. Okay. Your eyes will kind of blink, or you will see some kind of little bit of darkness which will come in front of your eyes. You cannot look at the sun for an extended. So it is like Brahm is also there. It has its own power. And that power has two things. By that power, Brahm is concealing itself. The true nature, it conceals itself. So for example, if somebody, like I gave you the example of sun, also the example of a torch or a strong source of light, if I put in your hold and I throw it on your face, what will happen? You will not be able to see the source of the light. You will not see me properly because the light is so powerful. I will unveil myself. I will veil myself. I will conceal myself into that whole power. Okay. So I can't see the source, the person behind the light properly. Similarly is the Brahm. When Brahm is there, its power is so strong that Brahm gets concealed. The originality of Brahm gets concealed. And in that light, the things start appearing differently to me. The other function of Maya is it has the function of projection, vikshep. It has the vikshep shakti power. Means it is projecting, it is superimposing the things. Adhyas. In Vedanta terminology, it is called as adhyasa. Adhyasa means superimposition of something. Like for example, now we discussed what Shankara is telling. Rajvam bhujangam eva pratibhasitam vai. It's telling that's how the rope appears as a serpent to you. So if I don't have the knowledge of rope, but I have the knowledge of the serpent, which is somewhere in my memory. So if I see something very new, I will project what I already know, the qualities of or the properties of something which I already know on top of that. So I will see in the darkness, the rope will appear as a serpent to me. And if somebody comes at that point of moment and tells me, no, this is not serpent. This is no. How can you say that? I am there. This is serpent. And I am sweating. Don't you see that? This serpent will bite me. The all properties of serpent which I know, I am projecting on top of the rope. And it is appearing to me as. So this is happening to me in the real. I am considering. So this is the power of Maya, where I am superimposing certain things. What I already know onto something which I don't know. That is what the projection is. So this world, similarly, what we are seeing is a superimposition, because this is the world which we create, our mind creates. As we grow, we are told by our parents, we are told by our teachers, this is apple, this is orange, this is tiger, this is lion. And that's how we start, on our clean slate, we start getting this into our memory. And whenever we see the apple again, we see that, we project on it. But when we are learning, when as we are small children, small child, something unknown comes in front of us, we will bring the properties like sweet lime. If I'm seeing first time, but I have seen orange before, I will say that this is orange. I will probably treat that as an orange, and I will do like that. Like for example, when I came to Bangalore 20 years back, uh, I came to South for the first time. I never been to South. Here, people have this custom of eating curd rice. Okay, curd rice is very famous part of the menu, whether it is lunch or dinner. So there was a seminar or something. We were in a hotel, and there was a big menu, a spread of menu which was there, and there was this curd rice which was also kept there. I had seen kheer, because in north that white curd rice appears like a kheer too, right? I had taken. So I thought it is a very sweet thing. It is payasam or kheer, sweet milk and all. And I thought why they have kept it in the starter counter? It should be into the dessert counter. But I said, okay, anyway, I will eat it when I finish my food as a dessert. So I went with the taste of sweet in my tongue. When I finished my main course, I had put it all, good amount of it. I will enjoy the kheer. And then the moment I put in my mouth, where is this sweet? What is this? So I was projecting the properties of kheer onto the curd rice, which was full salty thing, right? And I could see people eating it with pickle. So I was, I was amazed. I was confused why people eating kheer with pickle here. Like I thought, what kind of taste people in South have? I was kind of amazed by that. But yes, because something I had not seen before, and I was projecting it onto that. So that was the Maya. Okay, so this is the Maya which is there. And when the knowledge happened to me, my illusion got bursted, and from next point onwards, I could realize that this is something which is part of the custom here. Okay, which is a curd rice. So Maya is like that, projecting the properties which you know onto something which you don't know. So some of the definitions which come about Maya, around Maya. Maya is similar to Brahm. It is also beginningless or endless, because if Brahm is there, the power of the Brahm also will be there, right? Along with it. You can't say that Brahm is infinite where its power is finite. You can't say that. Moment you are born with a power. Your power is born with you, and your power lives with you throughout the period of your lifespan. So Maya is also beginningless and endless, like Brahm is there. Okay, it is eternal. Brahm is eternal. Maya is also eternal. Maya is inexpressible. You cannot express Maya, because there is no expression there in the Brahm and its power. Okay, you cannot express it. You cannot express it by actions. You cannot express by any gestures. It is inexpressible. It is indefinable, anirvachaniya, it is called as. It is indefinable. It is indescribable. It is the creation power of the Brahm that causes non-apprehension of reality. non-apprehension of reality. So reality which is there, but I am not able to apprehend it properly. Misapprehension and the non-apprehension both happens. And that is because of the power of Maya. I am not seeing the way the things are. Okay? I am not perceiving it by the way they are. These effects, Maya can be apprehended through the effects it creates. So the power, energy, can only be apprehended by its effects, not by the energy itself. For example, electricity in your house. You cannot apprehend electricity. You cannot see it, perceive it. But how do you see the electricity? When any equipment is operational, when the bulb glows, or the your microwave operates, then you say that this is electricity in operation. So from the effects of the electricity, you are kind of apprehending the existence of that power. So Maya again is like that power which you can apprehend only through the effects it is creating onto you. So we say, right, this is the Maya of the God. Sab Prabhu ki Maya hai. It's all the Maya of the God. Okay, this world, this flying of the birds, this sun, everything is the Maya of the thing. So that's how the Maya is showing its power. These are the effects, the way this world is appearing to us. And these effects are the agitation caused, and these are effects because of the agitation. Okay, when the power is flowing, power will create some sort of turbulence in the medium. Agitations are there. And these agitation, the reality you cannot see properly. Like when there is a water in the pond, if you throw the stone, okay, stone will create some energy. It will create energy over there. Some waves will be created. In that wave, you are not able to see through the water what is inside, what is at the bottom of the pond. The bottom of the pond becomes very illusory to you. You cannot apprehend it correctly. Misapprehension will happen over there. Okay, so that is what the Maya does. It causes agitation. It causes agitation in your mind. Okay. So in Maya Panchakam, Adi Shankaracharya has written, Panchakam means 5. It's a 5 stanza where he is kind of defining the glory of the Maya, the power of the Maya he is describing. Okay. So from my understanding, I have taken the essence of each of those stanza where what he's trying to say. Maya superimposes upon Atma, which is unconditioned, infinite, and eternal conscious. It superimposes upon Atma. So Atma here is that canvas. Maya is the power of the Atma. So Atma and Brahm I am using interchangeably. Okay. So here even Shankaracharya is also using that. Okay. So please don't get confused what is Atma and what is Brahm. That canvas, the existence, the infinite existence. Maya is superimposing on that unconditioned white canvas. Okay. And by doing so, the Atma appears to be differentiated like that. That infinite looks finite to us. Okay, that one piece look multiple pieces to you. That is the power of Maya. Such is the power of Maya that the infinite, it can make infinite look finite to you. It can make indivisible look divisible to you, right? In divisions. Okay. That's how you see this. You and I, we are all different people. Everybody appears to you as a different. That is the power of Maya. God and Jivatma appear different. So it is because of Maya, you think you are different and God is different. They are the two different entities. although they are not, but they look different. And then you start searching for God in the temples, in the mountains, you go here and there, okay, and you start creating all the imaginations around God. So the Paramatma and the Jivatma, they appear different to you. But Vedanta is telling Jivatma is Paramatma. Okay, when this Maya, you understand this illusory thing, you will determine, you will discover that they are the same. Jivatma is Paramatma. Even those who have mastered the Vedas and Upanishads behave no better than four-legged animals tempted by the material attractions. Shankaracharya is telling, such is the power of Maya, that even the learned scholars who have read scriptures end to the beginning, okay, who are the masters, who consider themselves master of Vedas and Upanishads, okay, even those people are affected by this Maya and they behave like animals, engrossed in the material attractions by that. Okay, they have only read the information about things. But Maya is such a power thing, just by reading, your ignorance cannot be dispelled completely. That is only Shravana they have done. Shravan. You have only got the information about things by reading the scripture. You have not completed the full knowledge process over there. Maya is still acting over there. He goes on further to say, Atma identifies itself with the body made up of elements such as space, air, water, fire, etc., and wanders in the ocean of this samsara, this jagat. So, such is the power of Maya, that this Atma, which is infinite, which is inexpressible, okay, it looks that it is made up of 5 elements. It treats itself as a truth, that these 5 elements are real and I am made up of these 5 elements. Atma loses its identity. Paramatma loses the identity as Jivatma and lives like a Jivatma over there. And then wanders in this ocean of world, going through the various trials and tribulations. Such is the power of Maya, what it does. Maya creates the notion of ego. I am this caste. I belong to this creed. So Maya is again separating you. And then these separations, these divisions, then you give any name and form like that. Hindu, Muslim, is Christian, Buddhism, like that. Race, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, caste system. Okay. And then you get attached to various these things like that. Such is the power of Maya. The indivisible appear distinct in the form of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, thus perplexing even the learned. Okay. People say that there is a Brahma, then this is a Vishnu. I worship Vishnu. I worship Shiva. I worship this God, that God. Okay. Separation. Even the God is divided by the power of the Maya. And people get perplexed. Even the learned scholars get perplexed by this. And they live in that finite understanding only. And they die in that finite understanding only. So this transmigration continues, the transmigration of the jiva from birth to death, death to birth, birth to death, death to birth. This process continues due to the power of Maya. Okay. So further, let's go further to see, understand this Maya more, like, in different dimensions. We are trying to understand this. So Brahm is there. Brahm existence is there. Brahm and this consciousness, which is there, the light of Brahm, which is there, And this Maya is the ignorance. The power is the ignorance, which is there. There are three gunas. From consciousness comes the three gunas. And this is the nature of the Maya. These three gunas form the nature of the Maya. Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. These are the nature of the Maya. So in this ignorance, the first thing is the causal body. We have already discussed about the causal body, okay, where the sushupti state of the consciousness is there, deep sleep state of the consciousness, which is there. When Maya is functioning through these three gunas are the climate. You can form like a quality or the climatic conditions. Okay, so Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, and Maya is getting this light of consciousness is passing through this climatic thing, right? In this world, you have different climates, right? When you go to desert, the climate is different. When you go to the hills and the mountains, there is a different climate over there. Okay? That's how in your world, these three gunas forms the various climates, various different expressions which are there. And then when it reflects from this thing, these three gunas, these jagat appears to you. It forms the jagat due to the agitation it is forming in that state of three gunas. This jagat, the subtle body and the gross body, the power of creation. Maya has that power of creation, which is called as this, Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Brahma, what is called as. Okay. So this Jagat forms subtle body, which is having your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Okay. And then you have this gross body, which is where your actions, behavior, where you are perceiving through your senses. The five gross elements, karmendriyas, motor organs, sense organs, and the gross prana, the oxygen which you are taking, right? So all that part. So your subtle body and your gross body, that forms the Jagat for you. We discussed about the world. Okay. Now, there are three types of existence which is being talked here by Vedanta. Says that one existence is the illusory existence, the pratibhasit sat. Sat is the existence, as I said you. Pratibhasit means illusory. Like when you are in the state of sleeping, the dream, when you are in the state of dream, that is what swapna. One state of consciousness is the swapna state, dream state of the consciousness. The jiva in this state of consciousness is called as tejasa. In the Vedantic terminology, tejasa. Jiva, when in the dream state, that jiva is the tejasa. There your internal organs are working, internal equipments, antakaran chatushta we discussed, mind, buddhi, chitta, and ego. These organs are functioning over there. The awareness, the bodh of your physical body is not there in the dream state. But yet, you are in the world. There is a world which appears in front of you. That is the pratibhasit sat, illusory existence. And that is, at that point, that world is true for you. Okay. You may be a professor, you may be a sportsman in this world, gross world, by your profession. But in the illusory world, you may be seeing yourself as a musician. And if I come and tell you, you are not a musician, you are a professor, you will not believe me. You say, I am a musician. Don't you see I am playing the music here? Okay. So that is the illusory existence. And then the another existence which is there is called Vyavaharik Sat. That is the empirical existence. This world, this gross body is also functioning. When the consciousness is working on the gross, that is the Jagrat state of consciousness, waking state of consciousness. And the jiva in this state is called as Viswa. In Vedantic terminology, Vishwa. So Viswa in the gross state, Tejasa in the Swapna state. In Jagrat state, both your internal organs and your external organs, both are working. Body and mind, you have awareness about on these things. You are working that. And that is the empirical existence. Empirical because you are experiencing. There is a subject and there is an object, and you are experiencing that duality. You are experiencing the taste of the food. You are experiencing the relationships which are going on. Janaka was a great king, King Janak. He was a king of this whole state. Very learned scholar, his name is there. One night, he was dreaming, and he was seeing the dream that, all his state is gone. He has lost everything what he had, and he is seeing himself as a beggar. A beggar who has the torn clothes. Beggar who has no place to live. He had no house, no food. He's seeing himself in a very, 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 very bad shape. And he is wandering here and there like a hungry person, worrying about his existence. I will die, I will die. Okay? From somewhere, he finds that, a bird has left a food, uneaten food is there, piece of flesh, a bird has left. He goes and start eating it, and a dog comes and takes away that piece of flesh from him. He's crying loudly. I am dying, and his eyes get open. He opens his eyes and then finds himself on the plush bed, luxury bed. He is sleeping, and he can see the soldiers are around, his soldiers, everything. The minister comes in, his soldier comes in and tells, what happened, king? Why are you shouting? Why are you shouting that I am dying, I am dying? He is just touching himself and telling, I am a beggar, I am a beggar. I am a beggar, or am I a king? So his minister is telling him, no sir, you are the king. You are the king of this state, Mithila. You are not a beggar. You saw a dream. But Janaka was not satisfied. He's still wondering, am I a king or am I a beggar? What is the truth? What is my existence? This is the truth or that is the truth? That question attacks Janaka. He calls all his scholars in his court next day, tells him about his dream, asks, am I a king or am I the beggar? What I saw, that was the truth of my existence, or I am sitting here, this is the truth of my existence. Nobody is able to give him the satisfactory answer. Janaka goes to his guru. Yagvalk was there. Ashtavakra was also his guru. Yagvalk, he goes to Yagvalk. Oh my mentor, oh my master, this is what I saw. And I am perplexed now. Am I a beggar or am I a king? Please tell me. So the master is telling him, that is also not truth. This is also not truth. You are not a beggar. You are not a king. That was the illusory existence for you. So he was in the illusory existence as a beggar at that point. Now here is in the empirical existence. He has his wife, he has his daughters, children, he has the soldiers, he has his statehood, everything is there. This is the empirical existence. But nothing is truth. Yagvalk, his guru, is telling him. Then what is the truth? The question comes. If this is also not truth, that is also not truth. That is not my real existence. This is not my real existence. He gets this question. Okay. So again, coming back, the three different existence, and the three states of consciousness, how they play and how they create the world in front of us. And then the third existence is the Paramarthik Satya. On the extreme left, if you see, That is the Paramarthik Sat, the transcendental existence, which is there, where there is no condition, where there is no reflection, where there is no projection, only the plain canvas which is there. So depending upon which level you are experiencing, okay, you are seeing the world is appearing different to you. So you are migrating between the different existence of this world, and then you are considering this is truth or that is truth, like that. So when you go to that transcendental existence, at that level you will see that even the empirical existence was like a dream to you. Okay, when you see that, in your dream you will see that you will see the death of your loved one, but when you wake up you get relieved. Oh, it was just a dream. I am foolish, and I'm unnecessarily, I am sweating unnecessarily, I became tensed that my loved one had died, but that was just a dream, and you ignore that. You become happy, you thank God, that was just the dream, everything is okay now. But when you move from empirical existence to transcendental existence, the similar experience will come to you. Oh, that was just the appearance, that was just the Maya to me. That was just like a dream. That suffering was a dream. That the cycle of birth and death was a dream. Oh, how foolish am I? How foolish was I? I was there. I am not all that. I am this indestructible, indefinable, infinite bliss. Sat Chit Anand. I am the existence, pure consciousness. I am the pure bliss. There is no question of who am I? How foolish I was asking this question. Okay. So this is how the Maya plays, and these different existence very, very logically and very, very profoundly Vedanta gives, and that's why Vedanta is treated a very, very high in this field of spirituality. Okay, many people are doing research and trying to understand all these things. I think we are on the top of the hour now, so we will hold the session. Every topic we have to go a little deeper, so I'm going slowly, and we will continue this. I think we have discussed enough now the concept of Maya. We have good amount of thoughts which we can discuss and come back for a question and answer session next week. So till then, I will take your leave and we will do the prayer, Shanti Part. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you for your presence. Have a nice time ahead. We'll meet next Sunday.